We live on Earth where innovation has been created more and more.
Yeah, our technology is getting better and better for the past years.
And with that, we can communicate through these technologies.
Hence, we are able to move across boundaries and beyond countries, conquering challenges beyond the horizon.
And now, for today's video, we're gonna talk about the flight from conversation.
Alone together is being together while not being together.
Technology enabled. We are able to be with one another and also elsewhere, connected to wherever we want to be. In spite of being physically present with one another, people nowadays don't have genuine bonds or engage in meaningful conversations because their attention is always on using electronic devices in which we are forgetting the importance of physical contact.
The little devices most of us carry around are so powerful that they change not only what we do, but also who we are, which disables the society to have an actual conversation and to have a connection with one another. People become more drawn to this virtual world they're created within themselves and really on more than actual people in the hopes of getting attention from their online friends. According to Turkle, technology offers us three gratifying fantasies that weakens our connections with other people, that we can put our attention whenever we want it to be, that we will always be heard, and that we will never have to be alone. So look up, look at one another, and let's start the conversation.
The difference between conversation and connection is that conversation starts when they communicate with each other, although their topic is important or not. Connection is when you give value to the person or the relationship. People continue to talk to each other constantly. That is especially true for people who are in relationships or people who have a connection.
There are different ways to have a conversation today. However, this has not lessened face-to-face conversation. It makes it simpler to maintain contact and continue conversation when we aren't in the same room. That improves our conversation and strengthens our relationship, our connection.
Face-to-face conversation unfolds slowly. It teaches patience. When we communicate on our digital devices, we learn different habits. Online platforms are rapidly invading our mainstream nowadays, and our means of communication are no exception. People indulge themselves in making connections to other people, preferably via the internet rather than face-to-face. In my viewpoint, it's not a big deal, especially in these times when we make social media our best friend and internet our life. Along with the advancement of technology, face-to-face conversation has become less valued. Perhaps people find it more hassle and time-consuming. Until then, it is still a conflicting matter when talking about a face-to-face conversation speed of sending messages and receiving responses. However, if we only try to look at the other side of the story, talking in persuasion has actually done more good than harm. And it has highly impacted testing one's capacity to wait, or what we call patience. We should exercise patience when waiting for a response from whomever we speak with, where we don't need to expect faster answers because you are already interacting with each other and things can be clearly discussed.
The way we communicate and interact with one another in the present era is greatly influenced by technology. Although technology benefits us in many ways, such as by making our life easier and better, but it also limits our growth as human beings, and we are being disconnected from the real world
because we are hooked in using these technologies. So the purpose of this message about the article A Flight from Conversation by Cherry Turkle is to help us realize the abundance of time people waste in their devices for communication instead of choosing face-to-face contact. It motivates us to engage in face-to-face conversation rather than using technologies. Because face-to-face communication is still the most successful means of talking to others because we can sense the sincerity of a person we talk to rather than relying on the message through devices. This message is addressed and written for a general audience, especially the majority of people right now who use technology in their daily lives. Everyone needs communication and look out for one another rather than with these technologies.
Technology has given us the chance
Be comfortable with not having any real life.
Connections and allowing our devices
Change society's interactions.
with each other,